Yo, what's going on, everybody? R&V Family, how y'all doing out there? I'm your host, Tarius.
I'm D Morris.
And this is
Rhythm and
Views. Yeah, man. Yo, how you doing today, man? Energy is good, man.
I'm good, man.
Some positive energy coming from you.
Man, I'm
you know
doing some things,
Everything is good.
Things popping.
Okay, good
Non-stopping,
things popping. Staying busy and all that, right?
Yeah, you know.
Okay, that's good. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get into a lot of different things today.
What's up?
But let's go down the lineup. For today, so y'all know what to expect. Stay all the way to the end, man. So we got the first segment of the day is what they do. That's the entertainment news. We're gonna talk about that
What
Janet Jackson documentary. Everybody's
What she
talking
do?
about it.
What she do?
And then we're gonna talk about some other news too. So then after that, we might even get into a little bit of chime in with some questions.
Yeah,
with some questions.
Man, it's been a minute.
And then we'll get into the best life spotlight. We'll talk about some people who are involved with the show. But before we go any further, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button.
I want y'all to subscribe and like the show, man.
Hit that like button,
Like
man.
the show, man.
Like the booty. And tell everybody about it. If you like the material that we put out for y'all every single week, tell a friend, man. Tell a friend because it helps the algorithms and helps us get to the next level. Also, we have merch down below, man. Some of y'all been asking about the merch.
Face mask, do something.
Where do we find the merch?
We find the merch down below.
In the description section, man.
Bro.
So, go down there and check it out.
Sister, yo.
Yeah, man. So, before, without any further delay, let's get into the show.
Bam.
Yeah, man. So this is the show, Rhythm and Views. Y'all have no idea what goes on behind the scenes, right?
Man.
Here. But this is Rhythm and Views show, man. So let's jump right into the first segment of the day, which is what they do. And so what we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about a couple different things, but the main thing, the hottest thing, Janet Jackson, the documentary, man. What did you think?
I thought it was good. I was waiting on it. I was waiting on how to find it.
Yeah.
Because I don't Lifetime, by the way. I don't watch TV, but I went to mylifetime.com.
There you go.
And I saw it.
There it is.
I thought it was excellent, man. I thought it was really good. I think Janet and Randy Jackson, her brother.
Because you said Randy helped produce it, right?
Randy was one of the producers. Yeah.
One of the producers, okay.
Yeah, I think Randy was one of the main producers.
Okay.
Him and Janet. And they both the two youngest in the family.
Yeah.
Of the 9 children.
Right.
But yeah, the documentary was fantastic, man. I mean, you find you got the chance to see the intimate life of Jackson. And in her day-to-day operations.
Absolutely.
And I like the fact that she honored her father, man.
I was just about to talk about that because we're gonna go over with some things. What did you feel about her life from her being a young, pop star, and her getting control? Because it basically was the whole thing was about her getting control back,
getting freedom.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
well, she did say in the documentary that she felt like she didn't fit in. Because now you got all these brothers, they got a successful career, they all over the world.
Right.
So she probably was trying to find a way to fit in to what they were doing. And then when they got the variety show in Vegas, Vegas. They finally figured it out.
Yeah.
She was doing the little Mae West impressions, and then it got to a point where Joe Jackson said, "This is what you're gonna do." And I like the fact that I like that she highlighted her father and gave him props.
In a positive light.
In a positive,
light that we've seen over the years,
because
him as an abuser and all this
villains.
Even Michael did in his
Well, we know I love Michael Jackson to life, man, but Michael was a little off at times. Yeah, especially talking about his father, Mike. Well, I wouldn't say off. Let me take that back. Michael I think he was just really overly sensitive.
Yeah.
So what he thought was abuse probably was abuse to some point.
Yeah.
But you got to think about him. Here's a man they was living in a house the size of a garage.
Yeah, that's true.
With 9 children.
The 9 children, yep.
And in the rough street, they even show how the rough parts of Gary, Indiana was. So to have them children away from all the violence and to get them to be royalty.
Take them with music royalty. Yeah,
it's gonna take some ass whippings to get there. I mean, it's just facts.
Discipline. That's basically what it
is. Discipline sometimes means you got to get your ass whipped.
Well,
when you get out of I think it's necessary.
I don't know about ass whippings.
No, I think it's necessary. When you listen, if you got 5 boys. And they getting out of line all the time. What you gonna do? You gonna say, "Well, listen, I told you. I'm gonna tell you again."
And we as a culture, we tend to be a lot more, strict and harsh. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you gotta be in love
Yeah.
Because the point is not to hurt the child.
What did she say? She said in the documentary, she said, what is it? Discipline without love is tyranny or something like that.
It's abuse, something like abuse.
Yeah, it was something like that. But I kind of agree with it. I was like, okay, that make a lot of sense. Is that, he was doing it for a reason. He wasn't just doing it just to be abusive. He was doing it to keep everybody in line, to keep everybody focused, and there was a mission. There was a mission.
And my question is, did it work?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And Randy said a couple of times, he said, thanks to my father.
They love their father, man.
If it wasn't for my father, we would not be here.
Jermaine Jackson said the same thing with his greasy self. He said the same thing. I love you, Jermaine Jackson. You my man.
He said, but what's going on with that here?
What they say, what that song he got out? Do what they do, what they do, what they did to me. But anyway, I can't, Anyway, Joe Jackson. So I like the fact that she did that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she made her way from being on the outside in a way to carving her own career.
Yeah, she carved her own path.
Firing up. Father was a damn, but that shows you she has some kahunas.
Yeah,
she had that that nerve.
Not everybody stood up to Joe, but she did.
Yeah, she said that he admired that.
Mm-hmm. Right, he respected that. Right. Yeah, I mean, so what did you think about the behind the scenes footage that her husband Renee Elizondo that he took, because it was like years and years of footage.
I think there's a sex tape somewhere.
Oh wow!
In the
he took it straight to the sex tape.
I think it's a sex. Come on, that dude was taking pictures of everybody. Everybody was, even the girl that was working with us. She was like, it was annoying. Everywhere I went, the camera was everywhere.
I can't even go to the bathroom.
He was in the car talking to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah, what would you think about it when they was in the studio?
I thought that was cool.
You finally got to see Janet get mad. Like Janet never gets mad.
She's like, why are you laughing so much?
Right.
He was like,
you gonna make me
Janet.
come in there?
He's like, it was nothing, Janet. We just do it again.
Right.
You can sing, Janet. Just give me
give me some energy, man.
He said, "What you said? I'm not liking this right now. I'm gonna go home."
Right. I'm
you
going
guys
home. Stay here.
I'm pissed off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Shimon. Oh, that's Michael's line. But I'm getting the fuck up out of here.
I'm taking it too. We all family.
And you keep talking, I'm gonna call Tito.
Right.
Tito will beat that ass with that guitar. Jimmy Jam.
Yeah,
we're gonna make some jam out that ass.
But it was cool seeing how they put the songs together behind the scenes, and how they put their first album, Control.
Man,
together,
that was
monumental,
man.
Yeah.
Because you got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who were known from Minneapolis, with Prince, with the time that Prince started the whole idea with the time.
Yep.
And he took that sound from Prince and brought it over to Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
And it was
took that sound. They put it on New Edition too.
They put it on a lot of people. Yeah, they Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis will go down in history as one of the greatest songwriter producer teams of all time.
Absolutely, that's fact.
They're fantastic.
That's fact. And so what did they say? And I think you said too before we started recording that she kind of skipped over some of the controversy over the past, like the Super Bowl. There was a love child that they said she had, but
I'm glad they covered this, the love child, because I don't think it was a love child. I mean, you got other people saying that if there was a love child, they would have seen it, they would have seen the baby bump. There was none of that, and they was working with it every day. So I think that was a rumor. That was I mean, I don't know, it could be.
I felt like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt like maybe there's some truth in there somewhere. I don't know, allegedly, but my thoughts was I just was getting the energy like something was going on with that, but. We'll never know. We'll never know.
If they don't want, she's not gonna. She's not gonna say.
She entitled to hold that to herself.
But she. What was the other thing? You just said something.
Talked about the controversy, like the Super Bowl, with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, now that.
Yeah.
Gotta piss me off.
Hold up, before you talk about Calvin Michaels. Shout out to Calvin Michaels on YouTube.
Yeah.
He covered this whole thing too, and he said, "Man, Janet's better than me because I would have gave everybody the smoke. I'd have gave everybody the smoke." And I was like,
well,
okay.
I mean, she did what she thought was right. Mm-hmm. I can't knock her for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But as for Justin, as a man, he should have been like, okay, well, she did tell me not to speak on it, but I see she's catching hell for this thing.
Yeah, I got to come in and do something.
So let me step up as a man and say, hey, listen, this is a news conference. I am defending Janet Jackson.
Lastly, I want to touch on what did you think about in regards to the Super Bowl situation. She was blacklisted. I meant to get the dude's name. There was a dude that was in charge.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, he was in charge of communications or networks.
Somebody should have slapped him.
He blacklisted her from everything at that point. And,
he had power and he had control.
Yeah. That's another one Calvin Michaels said that
I forget his name. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He said he would have fried him too. Like, come on, man. Like, this is what you did to me. This is what I got to say about that. Do you have a top 2 or 3 Janet songs?
I like Rhythm Nation.
Mm-hmm.
The video was all, and Pleasure Principle was.
I was just gonna say that. You took one of mine.
Pleasure Principle was ridiculous.
That was dope. That's when she was doing the dance
She was
moves and all that in
dancing,
the chair.
yeah, man. She was killing it.
crazy.
She was in her element.
Yeah.
She was fantastic, man.
Yeah.
When she spread her wings.
Yeah, she has a lot of amazing videos, man. You know, Control was one of my favorite ones too. Anytime, Any Place, which I think that was the one.
That
where
was a good one.
Did a remix. Was that the one Blackstreet did a remix with her? Was it Anytime, Any Place?
I forget with Chauncey.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think it was that one, but I'll fact check. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, man, she's got decades and decades of
speaking
music.
of Blackstreet, shout out to my man Levi Little from Blackstreet. He's a real good friend of mine.
Shout out.
I just spoke to him like a couple days on the phone. He's a good friend of mine, good guy.
I would have been cool to talk to him about that too. You know.
Me and him have conversations about all this stuff.
Yeah, we do.
We talk
got to get
about
him on.
yeah.
Yo, man, get on the show, man. Pick up the horn, man.
Levi Little.
Trying to get with you, man. Trying to get with you. But yeah, that was the Janet Jackson documentary. What did y'all think about it? Janet Jackson, the documentary on Lifetime. What did y'all think?
Check it out. I think you guys enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, check that out. It's definitely really good.
MyLifetime.com, right?
Some people, some people felt like there was a little bit left out, but overall, I feel it was good.
You can't tell a whole person's life in 2 hours or 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah. But it was,
do it.
I enjoyed it. So, but lastly, the 2022 Grammys is coming up. The 64th annual Grammy Awards coming up.
The Shammies are coming up.
Ah, see.
The Shammies.
In Vegas on Sunday, April the 3rd.
In Vegas.
8 to 11:30 p.m. I think it's Eastern Standard Time on CBS. And it's going to be hosted by Trevor Noah. And yeah, man. I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, man, I haven't really been watching the Grammys to be honest, lately.
There's really nobody I want to see.
There's not a whole lot of. I mean, there are a lot of good quality artists out there, but it's just
I hate to sound like a hater, man. There's nothing I want to really see.
Yeah. So the list goes on and on and on, but they got a lot of stuff going on. I see Eric Bellinger's name
on
there.
I hope that all the
Lucky Day.
I hope that I like him. He's good. He's talented.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see the newer artists get some more recognition. The new ones, upcoming ones.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that Adele wins a lot. I'm a big fan of hers, Adele. She'll be on the Grammys for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the news, man. That's what they do, and hopefully y'all enjoy that. If y'all have anything that y'all want us to talk about, hey, mention this and mention that, hit us up. Some of y'all been hitting us up too. Leave it in the comment section down below. Let us know what y'all think.
Subscribe and like and love.
All that. So lastly, we got Charmin. Oh, let's do it right. Charmin, swing it around.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Randy Savage, man. So we got 2 questions we're gonna do this week for the Chime In, and we're gonna do a rapid fire real quick. Let me just pull that up. It's been a while, man. It's been a while since we did Chime In. A couple people saying, hey, man, how come y'all don't do the Chime In no more?
Chime in,
can y'all do something about that? Okay, so we got here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. All right, so we got Deb 84. Deb 84. She said, what is your definition of musical success, and when do you know that you've made it?
What's my definition of it for myself?
What is your personal definition?
It's, when I'm able to tour around the world, people know my name, and I'm able to
make an honest living.
I'm making an honest living now doing music.
Make a better honest living.
Well, actually, I am successful right now, but to the point where I want to be. I want to travel the world, and I want to be able to have a song that's on the top of the charts. Not necessarily Grammys and all that stuff. If I win a Grammy, that's fine.
That's just the cherry on top of the cake.
But I want to be able to spread my music all around the world and tour. And the only way you can tour is if people know your music, they know your song.
Well, the only thing I would say is you've actually done those things. Now, we might not be
depends on the scale that you're talking about.
When you say tour, you do like 5-6 different places a week, every single week.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
So you all around, you touring.
I'm doing. I'm successful. Might not be at the level that you want. Successful right now.
Music is out there on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there are people locally who know who you are. So it just depends. Like, okay, but you want to take it on a grander scale. So
a grand scale.
Yeah. So that's in your personal opinion, that's how you arrived. You arrived once you do that.
I mean, she said my definition of it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I'm successful now, and I want to magnify that to the 10th power. So there will be more recognition, more tours, and then we see more people see the world. I want to tour and go to Egypt, go to Europe, go to Germany, go to Paris, in London, wherever, and
Yeah.
See what the world is doing, man. I mean, it's a whole world out there.
It is. I mean, it's crazy with all the COVID and all this data right now.
I mean, outside of the COVID.
Outside of the COVID, yeah. But I agree with you when it comes to success, being able to travel and people know your music. And
but you need money to do that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But
so
just to, like you said, travel around and have people know your music. Maybe to collaborate with other your heroes, in the industry.
Well, what's your definition of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you.
Okay.
To be able to travel around, like you said, travel abroad, different countries and stuff like that. I've never even been out of the U.S., so I would like to be able to do that. And like you said, maybe go to stadiums and people know your music. They can, they can sing along with you. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And work with other artists too. You know what I mean?
Songs with other people.
I think it'd be cool.
Collaborate.
If you work with like Kim or Maxwell or somebody.
I can write some. I can write some stuff for Kim, Maxwell, and Joe.
So
I can write for all those guys, man.
Collaborations and all that. Yeah, and then to be able to afford, to be able to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying, and let your money work for you and all that. So that's our definitions of success. So I hope we answered the question for y'all. Yeah. Second question is by Honest Lemonade 32. I love when you guys do reactions, but it takes me out of it when you talk over them and sometimes skip through the video. Can you explain this? Yes, we can definitely explain this. I'm going to break it down for y'all. Real easy, real fast. He's pointing at me right now, but it ain't me. It's YouTube. So basically what it is a lot of y'all don't know. When we do these reactions and stuff, there's a certain way that you have to do it in order for YouTube not to have to flag you or stop you.
There's rules.
Because they got the guidelines and rules and all that kind of stuff.
Rules.
If you play a song for more than 30 seconds on there, it automatically comes up in the algorithm and say, hey, stop, flag, you don't own this song. So a lot of you other YouTubers, you feel the pain. But that's the reason why, like when we do the reviews, we have to stop every so often. And sometimes we have to talk over a little bit because
that's their rules.
Yeah, it's the rules. They will shut you down for that. If you do that enough, they will shut you down. So we got to play by the rules. It's not, hey, don't complain to me. Go to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube has a certain algorithm standard, the way they do things. And if you look at other reactions people do, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, whether they don't care if they get flagged or not, that's up to them. But over here, we concerned about getting flagged.
Yeah, we got to play by the rules, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, And also, I want to give a special shout out to that to all the fans of BTS. How y'all doing?
Oh, they don't like me.
They don't like me.
They don't like me
because they was like, first of all, it's how many? It's 7 members in the group. I think it's 7 members. They said you better get it right and don't worry about how much money they make and all this other kind of stuff.
They got lots of money.
They got a lot to say.
And I counted it last night.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. People, when we do these shows, we're joking. It's just jokes. You know what I mean? We're having a good time.
Don't
take it so seriously. It's
I'm
all
like,
right.
my thing is whatever. We ain't trying to offend nobody, but it is what it is, man. I mean, hey,
you gotta laugh sometimes.
You ain't gonna please everybody, so I don't even think about it.
Really. But that's the show, man. Is anybody before we get up out of here that you want to send a special shout out to?
My cousin, Anthony on Brinkley. The Brink Consulting. Yeah. Anthony Brinkley, he's a book writer. Mm-hmm. He's a speaker. He speaks all around the world.
Definitely.
And he's a hardworking businessman. He gives lectures.
That's right.
Gives seminars. Anthony Brinkley on the Brink Consulting.
And he's got a book.
You can't run away from you.
That's right.
And I'm
coming out high from the truth. I keep saying this.
And I got a book to his book.
You got a book to his book. What is it?
If you can hide from yourself, then you're good. This is how you do it.
That's coming out next year.
That's coming out next year.
Yeah. So that's the show. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to my cousins at Loading Snacks.
Yeah.
They do pop culture, gaming, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Shout out to Infinite L. Shout out to Theory. Matter of fact, we're gonna be reviewing their contest winner. As promised, they would be on the show, so we'll do that real soon. And that's about it, man. That's all I got.
All right, well, listen, man, we love you guys, and on that note, we'll catch you on the B side.
Peace.